It's time to check your money with America's money maven, Vicki Brackens. Vicki Brackens is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. Vicki, happy spring, baby, spring.
I'm happy to say it's spring, George. I was laughing because, as you know, earlier in the week when we hit the official day of spring, we had one of the biggest snow events that we've had all year because it's been really mild.
Right.
But I get okay, we got snow. Well, it didn't last that long. So happy spring to you.
Vernal equinox, just in case you didn't know.
Oh, excuse me. Okay. Great.
Yeah, so you know what this like. So we have the vernal equinox and the autumnal equinox. Okay, just so you know.
And it comes with that voice, right?
Okay.
Okay.
It does.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, listen, George, we've got 3 things that I want to talk about today. I'm going to kind of step a little bit into something that you normally do for us every week, which is to talk about our Black History Month moment, because I know that the individual that I'm going to highlight today is someone who's a top of mind for everyone, because last Friday, I think on the 22nd, this movie dropped, which was concerning the life of Shirley Chisholm.
Yes.
Okay, for those of you who do not know who Shirley Chisholm was, and I almost said is because she feel like she's still with us. She was the first Black U.S. representative in the House of Representatives, representing the state of New York back in 1972. And as a result, she was also the first woman who ran for president of the United States. And actually, I would say, shook up the Democratic Convention, shook up the world by her forthwith and energy concerning running for the president of the United States. So for those of you who haven't seen the movie yet, I'm going to ask you to do something a little bit unusual. Before you see the movie, and this is the thing that I love about what's happened with technology, George. I spent about 4 hours listening to speeches that she has given. They're on YouTube.
Okay.
Because I wanted to kind of set the stage and really, back in 72, obviously I was here and I was a young adult, but still an adult at the time, had the opportunity to watch that campaign and so forth. But I wanted to refresh my memory. And so I spent about 4 hours listening to and watching YouTube videos of speeches that she gave over the years. And I sort of put them in a framework of listening to things that she said and speeches that she gave while she was on the campaign trail, speeches that she gave after she retired. So she's reflecting about what her career had been. And then also some speeches as she was going into Congress, as far as her expectations, especially around the issues that were important to her, and issues related to the women's movement. And because we are also in Women's History Month, all of this kind of rolls in together. So I would encourage you, of course, I want you to watch the movie.
Well, what's the name of the movie?
Before, Story of Shirley Chisholm. What's it called? Okay.
Well, okay.
I forgot this.
Okay, we'll just look for that movie.
It's on Netflix. Dropped on Netflix.
Dropped on Netflix.
Okay, on the 22nd. Okay, so everybody, and Regina King is the person. Okay,
she's playing Shirley Chisholm.
Yes, she's playing Shirley Chisholm.
Okay,
you didn't know that?
No.
Oh, yes. Okay. Regina King is playing Shirley Chisholm. It's her return to the screen, by the way, because she's been gone, after the death of her son. She was not actually performing as far as movie roles, etc. Okay, for the last couple of years. So be sure and watch that, okay, on Netflix. It's called Shirley.
Yeah, the first Black Congresswoman to serve the United States Congress.
First Black Congresswoman to serve in the United States Congress. That is correct. Okay. Second thing, I told you to bring pencil and paper because there were some things I wanted you to write down this week.
You told me
very
that?
important things. Okay?
Did you tell me that? All right.
I did.
Listen,
okay,
but you know what? This is now technology. So So
Oh, yeah,
Vicki,
that's true. Get
this is what we do.
device out. I get caught every time, don't it? Okay, pencil and paper. Okay, but here, we've had conversations over the last few years concerning intergenerational wealth. Okay.
Yes.
And we've talked about principles and things that you could do to build intergenerational wealth. I want to take it a step further. And we're actually hosting a workshop on bringing together generational wealth building, the steps and processes to bring generational wealth into reality. But I'm going to do this a little different this time. Usually I'd have an open invitation, but because we're talking about generational wealth building and a workshop, which is going to be at least 2, maybe 3 hours long, I want to be sure that we have the right people at the table at the time that we conduct these workshops. And what I mean by right people is the right people in your family, because this needs to be a family commitment to attending this workshop, because we're talking about generational wealth building and the strategies necessary for intergenerational, for generations to work together to build wealth. So what I'd like for you to do, because I can't have 1,000 people or 500 people in the room like we do with the jazz cabaret and really have this work. We need to have probably 10 to 15 families comprised of no less than 2 members in the family, preferably 4 and no more than 10, because this is going to be a very robust conversation. So I'd like for you to, we're going to select 8 to 10, maybe 15 families to start this program. So what I'd like to do is have you send me an email to Brackens, Brackens, FSN.com, and tell me what makes your family special.
So do you want it to go to info@brackensfsn.com?
No, I want it to go to Vicki.Brackens@brackensfsn.com. I don't want it to go through our general.
You want to go to you directly.
To me. Directly to me.
Brackens@brackensfsn.com.
Correct. Okay. And I want you to tell me in that email what makes your family special. How would knowledge and training like this improve your life and the life of your family?
Okay.
Tell me about the dynamics of your family. And what has happened in the history of your family that gives you encouragement around generational wealth building?
So what's special about your family, the dynamics of your family, what give you confidence about generational wealth building, and what else?
Building in your family, okay. And tell me, okay, about what makes your family special, and how would this knowledge and training improve the life of the well-being of your family? Okay.
So Vicki.Brackens@brackensfsn.com, Vicki.Brackens@brackensfsn.com.
Right, okay, because it's Brackens twice. Okay, Vicki.Brackens@brackensfsn.com. Yes. Now, George, are you ready to write all those things down? Are you ready to send me your list?
Hold on. Okay.
Do it again.
But you know what? I'm just going to wait for you to send me the list.
No,
No,
I told you last week.
The reason why, because I don't have my pen, and if I'm writing while you're talking at my phone, it doesn't look right for this video. So that's
okay. All right. Okay.
So can I get a pass? You're gonna send me that list.
I'm gonna send you the list. Okay. I'm gonna give you a pass, but I'm gonna say it one more time for everybody who's listening.
All right, I'm gonna try to get it now. Well, you know what?
What makes your family special?
Hey, guess what? I could just play this back, but okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. What makes your
family special?
Yes.
How would this knowledge and training improve the life and the outlook for your family?
Yep.
Tell me about the dynamics of your family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want to make sure that all of you, when you send me that information, what we're going to do is look at it. George and I'll probably read it together, maybe George, myself, and my staff, and we're going to select 10 to 15 families to be a part of this first workshop series. Understand, this is going to be work.
Yeah.
Understand, this is going to be deep dive into everything concerning what it's going to take to move your family forward. Understand that you're probably going to have to spend at least 2 to 3 hours dedicated to this and these conversations with your family. But I do believe and know from us using some of these techniques and some of this information in the past that it will be definitely worth your while. Okay. All right, George.
Yes.
Last thing.
Yes.
Did you know in the federal loans right now, the balance that's still owed in student loan debt, just on the federal rolls, not private, just the federal student loans, has now reached $1.6 trillion.
Mm.
I can remember when I was telling you it was 980 something billion. Then it crossed over a trillion. Now it's 1.6, which means it's tipped over the top as far as halfway, and we're marching our way towards $2 trillion. And about 98% of all that student loan debt sits on the federal balance. Nearly 9 million, because we restarted student loan repayment.
Right.
9 million, almost 9 million borrowers missed their first loan payment from when they restarted the loan payments, which means they're already in default.
Already.
9 million, okay? Missed that, okay, is when the pandemic restart happened. That's about 40%. And also 40% of the bills that were due in October afterwards were missed. And they did not make their payments as of the mid part of November. Guess what? My head's exploding. My head is exploding around this because this issue just seems to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So here's what I'm thinking about. Concentrated effort and conversation and strategies around student loan repayment and how to get back in good stead and how to take advantage of all the things that we've talked about concerning some of the loan repayment programs, as far as the understanding how to have conversations with your loan servicers, understanding how to work through the guides and so forth is needed. So I'm thinking about launching a new service.
Oh.
Okay, so this is like a pre-announcement, okay, concerning the fact that in June or July, somewhere around there, I'm thinking really about launching a new service dedicated strictly to student loan repayment and the strategies that are necessary to help with this problem. If you are, because you told me talk about the business, I'm talking about the business here.
Yeah.
If you're an individual who has issues concerning your student loans and would like to avail yourself of this service when we launch it in late summer, send a note to info@brackensfsn.com and say, I'm interested in the student loan repayment service. That's all you have to do. We want to put you on a mailing list to make sure that when we launch this service concerning student loan repayment and how to manage student loan debt so that it's not the own, this whole thing about missing payments and killing your credit again, this just won't work. So make sure you send us a note to say at info@brackensfsn.com, I'm interested in the student loan repayment service so that we can get you on a mailing list. So we'll make sure that right from the beginning when we open up that service, so you can get involved with us as early as possible, because it will be a very specialized service with some very highly technical professionals who've had years and years of experience doing this. So we can see if we can make this a better day for those going forward. Okay, George, that was a lot, wasn't it, this week?
You had a lot, yeah. But it's good information, and I love it because it's in 3 different areas. We talked about Shirley Chisholm and the movie that just dropped on Friday. We talked about student loan repayment, and what else did we talk about?
Generational wealth.
Thank you.
Workshops, okay?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, and here's the thing that I really love also, I want to say this about the generational wealth workshop. It is about, as I said, in order to participate, you have to have at least 2 members of your family that are in, didn't say this clearly enough, that are in at least 2 different generations.
Oh.
At least 2 generations. Love to see 3 generations, because I know there are many families here in the local area that have 3 or 4 generations still alive In order to pass wealth from one generation to the next, we need to put strategies together and get information from all of those generations working together in order to preserve that wealth and move forward. So let me say that again clearly. At least 2 generations involved, hopefully 2 to 3 generations involved to answer those questions when you send us the information at vicky.brackens@brackensfsn.com. I'm going to say it a couple more weeks, but this week was really our launch conversation to make sure that everyone knows about the 2 particular things relative to that. So go see Shirley. And looking for those emails concerning the generational wealth building program and the specialized service for student loan repayment.
Okay.
And George, now I can say our plate is full. Be sure, subscribe, share, and if you have questions, give us a call at area code 315-930-4499.
Vicki Brackens is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. She is America's money maven.